Hey, we're live, and I just did a cough that was really bad, and I may have underestimated how sick I am, but yeah, we're live for a post-Unite Round A-League show where today we're going to be doing a little wrap-up of everything that happened over Unite Round, because it was quite busy, it was quite an eventful time, and I think overall it was a lot of fun, so it's something I want to talk about today. It's something, yeah, like I didn't want to miss out. I wasn't going to be able to do a video, so yeah, I figured best do a stream to put my all important thoughts out to the world and let everyone know how I thought about Unite Round. Because yeah, a lot of things happened. I tried to go to as much as possible. By the time Sunday rolled around, I kind of wasn't asked to really go to any more games. Like I was planning on going to the Sydney FC women's one, but transport was down, so it was a real hassle getting to and from the game. And yeah, I couldn't be asked going through that again, having been out at 1 o'clock the night before. No, not very late, but yeah, I didn't feel like going. As Lachlan says, how are we, big dog? I've been sick. I've still worked because I have this horrible conundrum now, right? Where now that I can work from home in my job, it's much harder to take sickies without being a complete obvious bullshit artist. Because, yeah, like I can work from home, which sucks. But, yeah, besides Unite Round, I've been sick and still working, which has been a bit annoying. But I managed to keep it together and avoid illness for Unite Round. I felt dead by Sunday, but Friday, Saturday, I had a good time. Despite I got kicked out of Leichhardt Oval on Friday afternoon, and there's not really much of a story to that, unfortunately, but it's something I was hoping I could talk about this stream, just to make mention of it before I forget, and it just becomes another thing that's happened at football. Yeah. How dead were the Sydney games on Unite Round? Not dead at all. I liked them. Yeah. People upset about it? Like, what is everyone's opinion on Unite Round? Because I thought for the late notice that they had this year, like, I think some of the things sucked. Like, we'll get to the Socceroo's live site at some point. I want to talk about that for a good few minutes straight. But I think overall, what the fans put into it was really good. And, I mean, I'm interested to see how it goes next year. The games were mostly great. The promotion was just shit. Entirely true. Yeah, the promotion for these games were not good at all. And Unite Round in general, it seemed very poor. Like, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that it was an event for football fans. Like, because all promotion really would have done is dragged in fucking annoying ass event goers that are like, ooh, Unite Round, maybe there'll be a Snapchat filter. I'll go. And yeah, I feel like this, like, at least it was football fans. Like, I don't feel like there were many kind of just, oh, I guess it's on, or free tickets or whatever. Brisbane are a bunch of cunts, and that's Unite Round's fault. Yeah, you guys bottled against Brisbane. I was kind of watching the Wellington-Perth game more in the second half, but yeah, what were the stats like? Google, you can't separate the stats. All right, let me go to SofaScore. I want to see what the stats were like in the second half, because I know you guys absolutely had them in the first half and were looking all over them. And then, yeah, it looked like Jay O'Shea. I mean, he pulled that first goal out of nothing, it looked like. They got the other one back, and then it was a dodgy penalty, wasn't it? I mean, I think it was a penalty, but it was like so close to the edge of the box. Why is this screen blacked out? No, I don't want a fucking sofa score app on my laptop. The fuck? No, that's... Ah, clicked on the wrong Brisbane game. What am I hiding behind those sunglasses? Bloodshot eyes from sickness. Alright, where are we at? I'm trying to find the second half stats for Brisbane versus Newcastle. There we go. Saturday Gomez was so good. He missed a sitter, though. Like, it cost us. He missed a sitter. I mean, otherwise, yeah, decent. We were actually pretty good on Saturday. Like, I know we lost, but we were pretty good. Because Brisbane had 0 shots first half, 12 shots second. That's a drastic turnaround, but they did get close enough, I guess, in the first half. But yeah, it seemed like Newcastle cooked them, and they managed to salvage something. We've been the same all year. First half's really solid, then we shoot the bed in the second. Well, that's what Sydney are like, and I wonder if it's got to do with the intensity we're trying to play. Like, when I've watched Newcastle, I've never really noted your intensity. But with Sydney, it's clear we're trying to play a very quick style of football, and yeah, it's kind of looking like we fall off a bit in the second halves of games. Maybe. We'll see. As TTRR. Yeah, long time no see, and I've been pretty good. Enjoying going to Sydney. I've been to, now, I believe, how many games are we into the season? Yeah, if we were to finish, oh, so that's not happening. If we were to finish top 2, we'd be halfway through the season. It'd be 34 games, and I've been to 17 so far. This is feeling like the season where I could actually finally get to every single Sydney FC game, and it's been one of the more entertaining seasons, I think, so far. So it's looking good, and I cannot wait for Asia next year. I'm so excited. I also kind of don't want to get into the Champions League. I'd just love to get like 12 games in Asia and go on a run, hopefully. Second half is going to be absolutely dire on Friday if that's the case. Yeah. Nah. I mean, I think we should be beating you on Friday, but it feels like a bit of a banana peel. Far out. We're actually next to yous on the table. I think someone showed me the live table during the Sydney-Adelaide game, and we were like 4th with a win. We still actually, yeah, we could go even on points with the Mariners. We've got a far inferior goal difference, but yeah, not much separates 4th through 10th, and it'll be a big game on Friday night. See, the Red Army banner got stolen. Yeah, that was a bit cringe. I don't. Like, we got flags and shit, right? Like, you'd rather see them waving. It's a bit of a shithouse flex. But, God. I sat at the home end on the weekend, and you can see it's fucking fallen off, like... I mean, compared to sitting in co-fights last year, like... I don't know how it got worse. I mean, maybe because it was Unite round, but it seemed like there were a lot of Sydney fans in there. And I mean, the Mariners fans were loud. Should be beating us. Well, I hope so. I don't want a draw at all this season. We're the only team without a draw, and we couldn't get Invincibles. So I would really like to see us get a season of no draws. please the American crowd. Western United versus Sydney at Tassie. Yeah, I got flights. I'm excited. But, I mean, yeah. No, I'm actually really excited for that. I mean, it's a bit annoying that Western United have done that again with, like, the late scheduling. But, yeah, it's, I kind of expected it too. So, yeah. I at least didn't have any trip planned down to Melbourne. I mean, I saw Wanderers fans on on Twitter complaining, and it's like it's kind of funny because they had an opportunity to stand up to poor treatment of fans last year and they didn't. So, I mean, I don't want to see any fan treated like that, but yeah, it's got to be anyone. The away end for the second Saturday was buzzing. Yeah, no, actually, I thought the three non-Sydney teams all actually had really good turnouts. You could hear Mariners and Victory going at it all game, and then yeah, even from the home end, you could hear Adelaide, and then obviously they got away with the game a bit in the second half, and it was yeah, they were going crazy. Unite round seemed pretty dead on TV. Oh, for sure. I mean, I watched the second day on TV too, and it was dead. And like, I mean, yeah, it was a pretty dead A-League game, or like, I mean, A-League crowd. Like, it's not a derby, it's nothing like that. I'm not trying to make out the atmosphere as like it was in those, but like, we don't get that crowd for Adelaide away, like when they come to us usually, right? And there was a lot of Adelaide fans. Like, that's more than what they brought for the 2017 Cup final or any game against them at home, I remember. So, yeah, that was quite nice. And I know Victory brings some numbers to Gosford occasionally, but they brought a good turnout. And, it looked like a bigger Mariners turnout that I saw in, than I've seen in Sydney in a long time as well. And what's it called? There were good turnouts on Friday too, like for what like the games were, like Melbourne Victory versus Perth in another city. But there were like 10 Perth fans there, maybe 10 Victory fans all singing and shit. So yeah, that was good. And then there was a decent Mariners turnout. There were a few Wellington fans around at the game I saw. So yeah, I mean, like it's not how I like football, but if we are to have a Unite round, I think it could be nice. I mean, and that's because everything about it was made by the fans. Like, everything good about it, everything that I liked was made by the fans. And, yeah, I think that's my takeaway. APAM is in the stream. What's happening, APAM? What did you make of the game against Adelaide? I respect your footballing opinion. I thought we were good in the first half, but fell off in the second. And I think Anthony Caceres would be my standout player. I don't know if that's a bit of a basic bitch pick, but yeah, I thought he was quite good in the first half, filling in that proper number 10 role. Yeah, what were his stats? Let's have a look at some statistics. Anthony Caceres, 8.4 is a total rating. Chances created, any? No, you got 3 passes though. What about his defensive stats? 2 tackles. Never dribbled past. Cool. 7:45 kickoff on a Sunday was horrific scheduling. Oh yeah. Jeez. Oh, especially if you're going to... Yeah, why would you do that with Newcastle? Why wouldn't you play the men's first and then the women's second? That makes so much more sense. Or, I mean, they've been doing 3 p.m. kickoffs all season. Do 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Yeah, 7:45 for a Newcastle game too. That's not good thinking from the APL. What other? I mean, sending Mariners down on a Friday. Let them do a weekend away from their Gosford shithole. After this weekend, Fox Sports released an article titled A-League in Financial Turmoil. Are we even surprised? How can you have a Unite round when most teams barely get a home crowd? Money! I mean, it's been explained, right? It's for money. We had the grand final deal for money, and yeah, they replaced it with Unite round because they needed the money. So, yeah. Anyway, I did see something about A-League in turmoil. I'll have to take these glasses off because the vision really isn't great. Yeah, they sparked massive job cuts. And the APL said it was like business decision, right? Up to 50% of the staff have been made redundant. And Keep Up is supposed to die, apparently. That's mad. Because they said, I mean, they say, as part of cost-cutting measures, Keep Up, the APL's digital and content arm, which is understood to have cost the organisation $40 million. Yeah, well, I mean, it's weird, because they got that massive, like, $300 million investment. And it's like, what have they spent it on? Like, I think it's clear with how cunty some of the executives around the A-League have been that some people were getting a bit of padding on their wages from that, I'd assume. Like, yeah, how is the A-League? I mean, I don't know. Like, they don't have to have spent that entire $300 million to need to make up the cost cutting, I guess. Like, if they're down $200 million from that, then you know, they could still have a good chunk of money and just be, you know, trying not to blow it all. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the A-League's been really good this year, I think. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see how it does financially, but I feel like just as a league, it's getting better, and you know, we could see more people. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. That's the problem with Australian football. Is it's like retention is just the issue, and kind of like because we always talk about like, oh, what if you know, we just retain the fans we brought in, and it never happens. Could fans of the home teams get in with their season ticket? Because if they could, that would explain their decision to make Sydney team the away team, so they have to buy tickets. No season ticket holders could get into any of the games, but yeah, I think they just made it a way to kind of like avoid a bit of confusion, I guess. Yeah, would I have liked to have seen the stadiums inverted? Nah, that would have been lame. But yeah, I think you could still get into the women's only events at Leichhardt with like a special Liberty A-League pass or something. I did see. FFA did suck, but I do feel like financially they were better. Well, they had a better TV deal. They had the peak of the A-League as well, right? And they probably pocket money from loads of stuff. Whereas the APL would be trying to just make a sustainable, independent A-League. So it'd just be the money they can bring in, right? I mean, I'm sure there could be some Football Australia backing as well. But, yeah, the APL. Anyway, wait. I want to tell you the story of me getting kicked out on. Oh, should we keep talking about this? Yeah, we've only been going for 20 minutes. Okay. Do we need to go to Fox Sports? No. We need to go to Fox Sports or Optus. Ooh. I've been having these German beers, right? I got like a tasting pack. And the last two I've had suck. I mean, I'll still drink them, but they haven't been as good as the other ones that I've had. Our opportunity to go to Optus is gone, is it? I mean, that's the thing, is, like, also, yeah, the A-League brings in loads of money from TV revenue. Like, Fox Sports had us on a crazy thing. I think Paramount were the only ones to, like, put in a competitive offer. And, a part of it came with the Silverwater Media or whatever, right? Whoever owns Paramount bought some, or, like, some financial institution that had a stake in Paramount. I don't know, but, Paramount came with, it seems like, decent financial backing. And, like, taking Optus would be good for bringing in new fans, but like, I mean, that's the thing. You can't be sustained on just fans alone. You need sponsors. You need, like, a good, yeah. I think A-League should host another broadcast, like Seven, for example. What do you mean? They could have tried playing across other grounds besides Allianz and Para. I don't think they could have. I mean, maybe a few, but, I mean, in their ideal circumstance, and they did kind of have it, they had Sydney FC fans, Melbourne Victory fans, Adelaide fans, and Central Coast fans in the same stadium. And, like, if you have that at Belmore, you've got, like, two exits. They're pretty close. It's hard to keep fans separated. And, I mean, for the most part, you don't need to. But, I feel like, a lot of the suburban facilities wouldn't facilitate football fans the way we need them to. I mean, what they could have done is more like I feel like I could have done it like a standalone Newcastle, Brisbane at Belmore, and standalone Wellington, Perth at Leichhardt. But then, like, you can't separate the games either, because we've actually seen that. We had the New South Wales hub in COVID, and like, obviously COVID attendances aren't the, like, a great representation, but even comparatively to what even Western Sydney were getting, like, they were getting like 1,000 people or less at their games when they came back from COVID, and, like, no one in the RBB. And even compared to that, like, Wellington, Perth in the finals got shit and all that. So yeah. Did I see Section 22 in the North Terrace? No, what happened? Was there a scrap? How do I see this? Can someone send it to me? Let me rate the scrap. Belmore away would have been elite. Yeah. Section 22 entered at the end of Central Coast versus Victory and yelled shit. I saw the Cove come in. But that was at the Cove end, and they were chanting and shit. Ultras Oz. Fuck yeah. Stolen Tifo. Attack RBB pub. Fuck me. Those are some tight fucking shorts. What are these people filming on? Do they have fucking Nokias? It's cap cut at the end. I like how I can click C translation and it spells Section 22 correctly. Is there sound? What the fuck? Nothing even happens. Think Section 22 might have rocked up to the pre-game pub. Oh, well, they're going hard at least. Like, Stolen Banner, Victory Pub. Who even are Section 22? Not the Cove. I don't know or care. Fucking desperate dweebs looking for weird sub-identities in their already sub-identity. Black clothes. Put the fucking bellies on, bro. No one can see our face. Does the I don't know. Like, honestly, we've got 4 chants at this point. It's Sydney forever. I can make out. We Are Sydney, Super Sydney, and LA. And then, honestly, all of them sound the same. Like, even from the fucking, what's it called? Like, the home end. It's like, I don't know how it got like I do. But, you know, it's disappointing. They constantly think they're tough and fuck with the actual active. They probably are tough. Don't doubt that. But it's just like, yeah. Like, congratulations on being superior in a way I don't care about. It's like, I don't know. Like, I get hatred, but like, it just seems a bit much. Why is so much of it filmed? Who's filming? Wait, so how did you get kicked out? Thank you, Nicholas, for putting me back on topic. So I was at the games at Leichhardt on Friday night. I had Ubered there. Like, I finished work at 5, but I had Ubered there at about 4:45. And I got caught in traffic, but I got in at like 5:01. And then I watched the first game. I think I had 4 drinks. No, it would have been 4 drinks during the first game. 2 CCs, 2 VBs, I believe. And yeah, it was fine. I also got a Philly cheesesteak from one of the food trucks they had. I saw someone shitting on it, but I got a Philly cheesesteak roll, right, for like $13, I think, from this food truck in Leichhardt. And like, it was terrible. Like, the steak was cooked poorly. The onions hardly cooked. Just an absolute abortion of a Philly cheesesteak. But it had hot melted cheese in it. Hot melted cheese. Like, nice and hot. Like, not too hot, but hot melted cheese in it. And cooked meat. It was beautiful. Like, it was garbage, sleazy, poorly done. I could have done it better. Let me in there and let me cook one. Bloody Unite Round cooking. I'll serve the customers. But it worked, and it was like $13. And I would like to see that more at stadiums. Greasy, disgusting meat covered in cheese. But anyway, that's not how I got kicked out. I just had a Philly cheesesteak. Then I got 1 drink in between the games, and then no, not 30. 13. Then I got 1 drink in between the games, and then I went and got a drink at the start of the first half, and the guy was like looking at me weird, and I'm like, oh, can I not get one? And he's like, oh, I'm just I'm checking to see if you're all right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I was speaking clearly. Like, I have no doubts about that whatsoever. I may have looked really, really, really high because I also was that, but yeah, the guy was like looking at me, and anyway, yeah, I got my 6 beer, went back, and about 20 minutes into the first half of the game, when Wellington were up 1-0, I went to go. Actually, it was about like a bit before 20 minutes. I went to go get one. And the guy's like, "Oh, I can't serve you, mate. You've had to." No. He said, "I can't serve you." As I got to the bar, and I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "You've had too much to drink." And I'm like, "Oh, what is 6 too many?" And he's like, he didn't respond. He's just like, "I've said you've had too much." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I walked away. Which, like, you know, it's their responsibility. Like, I'm not complaining, but I think he's a bit of a fucking dickhead. Like, and I think the reason that he said that to me is that, like, I was probably the only person in that entire stadium that went to the bar more than once. Like, most people there for the first game were children and in the stands, so they weren't going to that bar. And then, you know, most people had just arrived for the second game. But yeah, it also could have been because he's a xenophobe and hates football fans. So it could have been that. But anyway, said I couldn't get another drink. So I'm like, oh well. And yeah, I go back to where I was standing on the hill and watch the game for about 5 more minutes. And at this point, I'm about 20 minutes in to a bit past 20 minutes in to a W League game, and I've just been told I'm not going to be drinking anymore at it, which for me is a no-no. Like, I want to support the W League, but alcohol is important to me as well. So what I decided to do, and I kind of knew that it could have been a dodgy move, was go round off the hill to the main stand to try and get beers from the other bar. So I walked around very, very casually, not suspiciously at all. Not saying that sarcastically. Very chill. And got to the bar, and the RSA agent asked me, did you get refused service at a bar over there? And I'm like, yes. And before he could say anything else, 3 fucking security guards were on me. And this is where it pisses me off, because at no point, I guarantee, at no point have I gotten hostile. At no point have I, like, disobeyed anyone. At no point have I done, like, anything other than try and get alcohol, which one person said I wasn't allowed to do. And, I mean, look, they got to do their job. If they want to, you know, radio around the stadium being like, someone's coming, then, yeah, fair play, refuse me service. But, like, I definitely would have got served. Like, I didn't look that drunk, I don't think, either. And, yeah, anyway, then three security guards were on me, and they were the biggest douchebags. There was one fat bloke, like, who was standing behind me, and, like, asked to see my ID while another one of them was talking to me. Like, another one was going, like, oh, so why did you do that? And I'm like, I wanted a drink. He's like, oh, do you think that's a smart idea? And I'm like, I mean, I wanted another drink. So, yeah, I thought it was a smart idea. Like, he wasn't serving me, so why wouldn't I come down here? And he was just being all like, why aren't you following the rules? Like, acting all smug and stuff. And, yeah, the fat one asked to see my ID from behind me like an autist. And then, the line that absolutely annoyed me was, the guy goes, well, look, here's the situation. That man has said that you have had too much to drink, and we let you stay. Like, we let you stay. You didn't fucking know, cunt. And now you've gone and tried to buy alcohol again, and now you're going to have to leave. And, like, it really annoyed me because I was ready to leave anyway if I couldn't get more alcohol. And I worry. Like, I will worry for the next week that this just cunty fucking main character syndrome, secky piece of shit fucking, yeah, thinks he's like ruined my day because I haven't got to watch the end of Central Coast versus Wellington at Leichhardt after having already watched a match. It was annoying. And then I'm like, I mean, I also asked, like, I'm not telling this story perfectly. I haven't rehearsed it or anything, but at some point in there, I also asked, why am I kicking out? And he said, I don't know. The guy up there said you'd had too much to drink. And it's like, do you think I've had too much to drink? And he said, it's not up to me. Like, holy fuck. Like, he's being micromanaged and talking shit. It just annoyed me so much. Like, kick me out fair, but like, I mean, and also, like, bullshit. Like, I've been composed. Like, I've seen people getting thrown down the hill like mudslides. I've got a vlog of it on my channel at Leichhardt, and Seckies did nothing but clear the crowd to make it more entertaining. Like, this was, yeah, it's just, yeah, bored Seckies. I'm sad to say it. I'm not sure if it's just a football thing. Honestly, also, I think it might just be a thing about being a dude alone at women's football. Like, maybe that might weird them out. Yeah, Nicholas said, did you go on your own? Yeah, that could have been it. But, like, I mean, it's just a bummer. It's a bummer that's the society we live in, where you can have all these nerds in and around fun stuff like football being like, you've got to monitor drinking. You can't drink too much. Like, there's no such thing as too much drink at the football. But yeah, that was that. And if you haven't seen, I did a hot lap on Instagram about 25 minutes after being kicked out of Leichhardt around Monaco with like my little racing setup. And yeah, I mean, for me it was a really good lap of Monaco. So I think it proves I'm not drunk. Let me just yeah, you see me doing a lap of Monaco. Beautiful stuff. I think I absolutely nailed it. Besides, like, the first sector and the last sector. But good for 6 beers. I like Josh because he drinks like a younger version of me. I drink less now. I do drink less now. Like, I'm only having 2 beers tonight, and I'll drink tomorrow. Socceroos are playing, but yeah, I haven't drunk since Saturday. Otherwise, like I have a few days off here or there now, and yeah, I don't do too many like back-to-back heavy drinks or anything, but I can still drink pretty well, and I still really enjoy it. Like, drinking is one of the best things. Like, I've come to appreciate other things: weed, cocaine. Mainly those two. I don't mind nicotine as well, but alcohol's the one, man. It is my one true love. Like, alcohol is warm. It feels like a hug. It's so lovely. As it's starting to rain a bit heavier, so I'm gonna shut the window and also move on a bit. Jordan says, "Will you stream the Socceroos?" I was gonna say absolutely, but probably will be my answer. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I need to be up early because I've got something on early at work that I can't miss. I bought new shoes for my suit. I was otherwise wearing like some Under Armour volleys or something, like black volleys with my suit, like a complete absolute POV. But then I watched this movie where Ryan Gosling dressed Steve Carell, and it psyched me out into purchasing some good clothes. I'll go get these shoes that I bought, right? They're full-on, absolute sweat shoes, right? For my suit, and I'm going to wear them tomorrow. Perhaps I'll even take an Uber into the city in the morning to, as to not wear in my shoes before my big morning. But look at those. It's filthy. Oh, get high off sniffing them. They smell so shit. And yeah, I'm gonna be wearing those to work tomorrow. With my suit, because I've got to be all nice and dressed. But yeah, point is I've got to be up early. I've been sick. I don't know if I'll watch the Socceroo. Bling FC fan. Oh yes, gonna wear them to many Sydney matches next year. Need to get a Rolex. How much did they cost? They were on sale by a lot, but they were overpriced. For sure. I've never bought a pair of shoes for that much, actually. I've got, like, this pair here is supposed to be, like, new, worth, like, I think close to $1,000. Not that I'm going to sell it or anything. Like, they're not even in new condition. But, I think that's a pair of Jordans that got pretty expensive. I don't have too many other Jordans that have kept too much value, but, yeah, I've got a few, I guess. But yeah, I was really psyched out. There was this movie, Ryan Gosling was in it. He was super hot. He got all the women. He fucked Emma Stone. And yeah, he was explaining how to dress to Steve Carell. And I noticed Ryan Gosling was in some really nice shoes. And I bought some. It's during the holidays. I had some money to spare from not going into the office every day. But yeah, the other thing, we've got more to talk about here, people. This isn't over. Actually, also, I did just want to mention this while I'm doing a stream, and I've got this up. I made this, right? Sorry. I need to brag, because I made this before the Australia-Canada game where we won 4-0 and got through the group stages of the Women's World Cup, when I found out Sam Kerr was out of the matchday squad. And, yeah, I think it's fantastic. I forgot that I had it. And I never posted it. I'm like, it's too shit to post. Plus, I was genuinely worried at that point that we were going to lose. And it would just be this dumb post that I've done, like my other ones aren't. But yeah, I made that. And I found it while setting up my my stream. So I wanted to show you that. But the other thing... Oh, whoa. I nearly deleted my web camera. Don't need to do that. I need to delete the photo. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the Socceroo's live site. Because on Saturday... And this was something I was vocally very excited about, right? The Socceroo's live site on Saturday night. Because I went to the World Cup live site... And it was exquisite. It was a great experience. I also went to the Denmark game at the end of the group stages, which we won at the CAS, and it was great. And I just like the idea of watching the Socceroos at like live venues now. I probably won't tomorrow, but you know, when I can, when it sounds nice to go out and buy some beers when there's some bigger games, or if they're like organizing a good one, yeah, I like the idea of watching Socceroos with people. So I was very excited for this live site on Saturday night after the Sydney FC game. And yeah, afterwards it was coughing fit. Holy shit. Let me take a sip of beer. It could be cancer, you know. I do have cold and flu symptoms. Actually, at this point, like, it's fortunate to have cold and flu symptoms for me. It means it's not cancer. But, anyway. This was what the live site looked like. I've grabbed this photo off Twitter. There's a tard in the front. But the live site basically had some screens and a bunch of people walking around going like, what the fuck is this, the live site? And none of the screens had Paramount on it. Actually, there was one with Paramount on it, but it was just a flashing Paramount screen. And, yeah, it was like 10 minutes till kickoff, and none of the screens looked right. And, yeah, everyone was just confused. I didn't think anyone would go to it in that rain. Can't watch the soccer with wet socks. you're better. It's an important skill to learn to watch it with wet socks. But it was undercover. I mean, yeah, I figured there would have been some cover. So yeah. I mean, it would have been a decent enough venue. It wasn't perfect, but for the amount of people that turned up, like, if they got it on all those screens, it would have been good. Many people there. Well, I'm not done, because after everyone was confused, some bloke came out of the dark in a Socceroos jersey and started screaming that, like, the live site's fucked and the game was going to be at some pub. Here's a picture of the pub. And, I mean, as far as I know, that's the majority of people that were there. Again, just a random photo I've grabbed off Twitter. But, yeah, there were a lot of people there. There were a few people around the corner. It was probably a couple of hundred people. Although, that may be people, like, after the live site. So, like, people would have burned off to other pubs or just left and gone home, you know, when there was no live site. But, yeah, the game was shown at Watson's, and it was actually really good. Like, it was a great venue to watch football. The bar wasn't too packed. A lot of people just wanted to watch the Socceroos. It was all outside, so you could just kind of go in and get a drink, and I got a couple. And, yeah, I also got to sit down, which wasn't too bad. And, yeah, good view of the screen as well. So, watch the Socceroos. Good atmosphere. There were a few chants. The only one I can remember is the most basic, which was just Super Jackson Irvine, Super Jackson Irvine, la 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 la, la 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 la, which was fun. But yeah, the Socceroos live site seemed to have gone bust, and yeah, most people I think just headed off to pubs because some random dude popped out of the dark and started telling people the live site was fucked and the pub was showing it. And then, an hour and 20 minutes after kickoff, the A-League, the organisers of the live site that people would have, like, you know, planned to have gone to, put out this. We have spoken to the event organisers, Entertainment Quarter EQ, and understand the heavy downpour at Moore Park has flooded their control room, which has damaged their technology. Watson's EQ was on standby, and fans can make their way down to the hotel to watch the rest of the Socceroos match. We apologise to all fans for the inconvenience, which, I mean, kind of poor for a professional football league hosting an event to be like to not have anyone on the ground, to not have anything at the live site, and to just expect some fucking intern on a third-party television to put on the game. Like, I do not buy in to this idea that their technology was damaged. If it was damaged, it's because someone was stupid and someone was incompetent. It's a pathetic excuse. I don't accept that. I liked Unite Round, but I do not accept this shit from the A-League. And they have been on a bit of a butt tearing. Been on the end of a bit of a butt tearing lately on social media. Like, they have been getting gimped. Maybe it's because they've blown through the social media war chest and they can literally only afford Down syndrome people to run their social media. But that is a piss poor statement. Especially when, like, I'm pretty sure I walked into Watson's and the bar staff were freaking the fuck out and, like, all organising, like, if they could even stay longer. Like, basically, so many people flooded in that, yeah, it just seemed ridiculous for them to close. Like, surely they were getting tips or overtime or something. I hope they were. I didn't tip. Fuck. I mean, I was paying with card, and I didn't, like, maybe there was something on the screen. But, yeah, you'd hope the staff would have got some money for staying open late. Although, again, a pub open till 12:30. Grow up, Sydney. But, yeah. Sounds like the staff had no idea they were potentially... Yeah, I know. weren't still no one chanted. Maybe someone said something about Sydney, but it was all like, and I think someone yelled out something funny that may have been a bit anti-Sydney, but it was like, it was in good banter. And there were a lot of Sydney fans there as well, and a lot of people just in Socceroo's jerseys. It was great. Like, it was good. I mean, that's what I like about football. I mean, that's the thing. Like, going to the pub for a football match is actually quite good. I haven't done it in a while for Liverpool. I haven't done it in a while for Australia. And like when I did it for like the World Cup, it was full of bandwagons. But that was just an Australia pub, man. That it was good. Like I think someone posted it on Twitter, but there was like an Indian kid that looked very upset, and the pub lost it. I lost it in reaction to other people losing it, but the pub lost it. It was great. And yeah, I had a really good time at the pub after. So yeah, that was the live site and something that I think should be talked about. When do you think the Prime Minister will realise that Australia are in the Asian Cup? Has Albo not said anything? Albo. Come on, man. Football is a socialist sport. I'm going to Albo's Twitter. World Cup was crazy at the local pub. Wasn't many. Yeah, you say that's the problem. Is I was at like the biggest Socceroos venue in Sydney. Like, and the live site was cool because it was massive. The cast was okay, but yeah, a bit shit. Yeah, Albo, come on. Fucking piece of shit. Did Oi watch Central Coast versus Sydney FC? No. I mean, I had it on, but I didn't really watch it. I saw we lost. But yeah, I didn't watch it. I did want to go, but I've been sick and I've got a big day at work tomorrow. It's really sad. That makes me want to cry that I've said that. But yeah, I didn't feel up to it, so yeah, bummer. But what's the next? What are the next Sydney FC women's matches? What made you like Magic Round? The fans, like the fans made it. Like, it wasn't some complete fucking sellout of everything I liked about football. There were active supporters there. There were people singing during the matches. There were people that were clearly passionate about the matches. And yeah, I enjoyed that. Like, being at Leichhardt, it was good to see victory. I mean, not good, but like, you know, it was good. Like, as a site, like, it didn't make me happy, but that's what I want from football, right? Is fans celebrating, and got to see that. Oh crap! I mean, okay, so I'm away for I'm here for the next game at Leichhardt. I'm gonna try and go to that. I missed the next one because I'm in Hobart. February 17th in Canberra. I've never been to Canberra for a match. I could have my license by the 17th of February as well. I might go to Canberra. Then we got game against Western United. Leichhardt again. I should really back this run in. Leichhardt again against Adelaide in March, and then Leichhardt again against Victory. I don't know how many of those clash, but it sounds good. Oh, do we have a double header against Wellington? Alright, so we play them on the 17th of March. When do the men play them? You getting your P's? I need to go actually get my L's again, but because I'm turning 25, I can just go get my P's. Like, I can just do the driving test. I don't have to forge the booklet. Oh my god. Wait, where is our game against Wellington Women's? Because we play them the day after. Jerry Collins Stadium. Perunia? What the fuck is Perunia? Don't watch A-League much anymore. Coverage is so shit. Just seen on CAF that Unite Round was a shit show. Yeah. Oh my god. So we're playing Wellington men's and Wellington women's a day apart. Both of them are Wellington home games, and they've scheduled them at stadiums 8 hours apart. But yeah, Unite Round, like, from an administrative side, it was pretty poor. The marketing was a joke. The coverage was and they organised a Socceroo's live site that didn't go through, and the important media on the screen shows the story of how they went from a live site to claiming credit for a pub showing the match. It was a real shit show. But there was decent enough fan turnouts. What's the salary of an APL goon? I really don't think they would have any, like, I think they would be hiding that, like, because they got massive money in. Fox have just put out an article saying the A-League are cutting off nearly 50% of their staff, so they have to have blown some money on the executives. I don't want to fly to both, no. Sorry. I mean, I'll actually have a look. It could be a crazy weekend, but, mate, you've just fucking set me off. All right, here's what we're going to do is, we are going to sky scanner that shit. We're going to sky scanner, how much that'd cost to fly from Sydney to Auckland to Wellington to Sydney. So, oh no, the shame. Such a revealing search history. God damn it. Oh my god, it actually opened up history. What the fuck? Why would it open up history? Imagine if I actually did reveal something horrible. With opening up my history. That wouldn't have been good. A-League gonna be a league in 10 years? I don't know. You seem to... Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Paralegal now, so I'm raking in the medium dollars. And I'm echoing? I got the sound muted. Should I be echoing? Oh, yeah, I am echoing. I didn't... Where is my other microphone? Yeah, it's explainable, but yeah, what's it? I don't know where my other microphone is. I have two microphones plugged in apparently. But yeah, the A-League should be around in 10 years. All right, how do I book multiple flights? Multi-city search, that's what I want. All right, how much is this going to set me back? Sydney to Auckland. I want to fly to Auckland on the 15th of March. Then Auckland to Wellington. Is this better than Google Flights? Probably not, but I've never used Google Flights, and I've never really adapted well to changing my search filters on the internet. And then fly back from Wellington on the 18th. How much would that set me back? Flight? Oh my god, I better book. Actually, I'm going to reserve some fucking accommodation in New Zealand on this stream. Like, because last year, I got my most expensive hotel in New Zealand last year, and it was a rancid, mostly yellow from stains room above a pub for 2 nights, and it's the most I've ever spent on a hotel aside from an Airbnb in Liverpool for 3 weeks. Game is... No. But then, right, hear this mental scheduling. Our women's team play in Wellington the day after. So what I'm looking at is flights from Sydney to Auckland, from Auckland to Wellington, then Wellington back to Sydney. And you know what? I might do that. What if can I just fly with Qantas? Because 734, I think I was looking at about $600 with just Qantas. That's operated by Jetstar. That'll get me some points though. Yeah, I mean, if I can just move that around, wouldn't that be a bit cray? That'd be a fun away day, right? Could drive to the beach in Narnia as well. It'd be great. Hey, did you go to the W League game, Sydney FC versus Western? I was there for the game after Brisbane versus Newcastle. No, I didn't. I was feeling a bit dead after what's it called? The first 2 days of Unite round, and I just stayed home and watched both men's games at the same time because yeah. I thought it'd be fun, and it was. Yeah. And New Zealand over Qantas, probably, but I'm very close to getting my my Qantas status credits up to like silver or something. So yeah, I want to do that this season because I've come close every season, and it's just like, yeah, it's always because I book like Perth and Wellington away on cheaper airlines, but did you see my shoes? I'm rich. I'm not, but I do have a bit of disposable income, and yeah, I mean it'd be cool. But yeah, I'd also have to look at accommodation and stuff because I did fly business class once. It was cheap. It was like I had like something like 60,000 points, and it was. I think 14,000 points and $80. And I was flying back from the Gold Coast after a week there, and playing a football match that day. So, yeah, I put it on business class, and then my game got cancelled. And I found, yeah, it was annoying. Yeah, I know. I am. That's my main actual goal for this year. Is to save money because like I'm living at home still, and yeah, I don't have any assets. Like, and you just need to own something, right? Like, I don't want to get to like 40 and like that's the most expensive thing I own, a fucking pretend car set. Also went to Leichhardt for Newcastle versus Brisbane and Adelaide versus Canberra United. So good for a little ground. Yeah. It is. Living at home is great. Stay as long as you can and just pump money into investing. I mean, yeah. I mean, but also at this point, having money that's accruing interest be enough of an investment. Yeah. I mean, also, like, yeah, I really got to, like, because I've been trying to focus on what's fun. What's fun is going to Sydney games, and that's affordable enough if you're, like, tight on other things. Like, it's still expensive, but when rent's not an issue, it's very doable. So, yeah. Hopefully I can have some this year. Renting in Sydney is shit. I'm moving out, to be honest. Well, I mean, the good thing I've got now, at least with my current job, which I hope to keep, is I can work from home. And they like if I needed to move like as far as like Central Coast or something, I could, and I probably would consider it if I needed to move out, just because yeah, it'd be a bit cheaper, and I could work like 3 days from home. As a Wanderers fan, I liked how the Cove was there actually supporting the women's team. Yeah. No, you can always see the Cove, or at least a few people for the women's, which is good. Canberra or Sunshine Coast are the picks for me. Where's the Sunshine Coast? That's Sunshine Coast. Is that near Newcastle? Maps? That does not help. Newcastle, lol. Yeah. I'd go Newcastle over Canberra just because, although it depends on if you can drive or not. But, yeah, the Newey to Sydney trains are pretty consistent enough. And, yeah, maybe I should get off maps before I dox myself as well. That'd probably be good. Hopefully that didn't reveal my location. Does that have any? No sight lines on it. Okay, we're all good. But I'll go back to this and clear the screen because I also need to wind down the stream. As I said, big day at work tomorrow. Lots of stuff to do, and I'd like to get to bed early because I've been a bit under the weather lately. But yeah. Queensland. Oh. Sunny Coast is mid-Queensland. Okay. I'm foolish. Newey to Sydney is one of the easier commutes, except when they stop at like 400 stops on the way. Yeah, I've also had one where I stopped at Gosford and we were there for like an hour and a half. Like, I watched a movie. I brought my iPad on the trip. It was when I was like 18, and I think I went up to Newcastle for an NRL All-Stars game because I just do stupid shit like that for fun. And yeah, I was watching a movie on my iPad the whole like time at Gosford. Just stopped there, and it wasn't scheduled. Put it at this point. We got to stop saying they should put an A-League team there and start saying they should do promotion and relegation and get a what's it called? Get a proper football pyramid going. Which movie? I actually do remember it was Easy A with Emma Stone. I do like chick flicks. I really do. Like, really solid. Like, because there's some fun. I thought, no, I'm winding down. I got another, like, 10 minutes or so in me. But, yeah. There's some solid ones that are funny and watchable, but they're easy to watch as well. And, like, you know, good to sleep to, good to tune out to. Not too long as well. Hey Josh, are you going to the Sydney FC versus Newcastle Jets game? I am. I'd love to meet you. Don't fucking meet me. But I am going, and if you do see me, feel free to say hi. But, it's disappointing. Save yourself the disappointment. Dark Ree 64 becomes a channel member. I've been monotone all stream, but I'll yell for a channel membership. Congratulations. You've just unlocked 4 hours of members content that I uploaded 3 years ago. And some emojis in the chat. Thank you as well for the membership. I assure you the money will be put towards the channel. I'm looking at buying things, including maybe a green screen. But yeah, we'll see how things go. But I'm putting them, and I pay an editor sometimes now. So yeah, it's good to have the money coming in. Appreciate your support. Do I still get checks from Amazon? Like, for Twitch? No, I get fuck all for Twitch. Because I don't stream on it. But yeah, I did get a bit from Twitch. But YouTube's still quite consistent. It's about every 2 months now I get because the payout threshold's $100, and I've got a decent enough backlog of videos to where like it earns some money here or there, and Yeah, it's not too bad. You're welcome, lol. Still haven't unsubbed. Oh, really? Sweet. Appreciate your support on the channel. I had that. Mitch Austin played for Sydney FC and he was a Twitch streamer. And like 2 years after he left, no, maybe not that long, but a while after he left Sydney, I realized, oh, I'm still subbed to him on Twitch. Don't need to sub to him anymore. Streams were shit. I just did it because he played for Sydney FC. Bro, my girlfriend did TAFE with him. Far out. Yeah, it's weird. You see A-League players around, man. They're just people. Like, that's the thing is, yeah, you can see A-League players everywhere. He's a bit of a cringe content creator, but but he seems like a nice guy. Like as in recently. I mean, yeah, respect to the cringe content creators, but yeah, no, I mean he's doing what can get him money. Like he's a football person, and he's turned it into like I'm sure his content creation makes him some money, and why wouldn't you do that with a football career? Why would you do smart shit? Why does I mean, I don't know, because it's like, I mean, if they're supporters and they're not being violent in the bay, then like, I mean, yeah, because yeah, it's going to happen. Like, you can't police that. But it's like, if they are Section 22, why wouldn't you be in Section 22? Like, why wouldn't you make that a thing? Newcastle legend Mitch Austin. How many of the clubs does Mitch Austin have? It is cool though, lower level A. I mean, yeah, like, I mean, you're watching some players in the league, and like, you know, you watch other professional leagues, and it's like all these people are set. Like, maybe not the youngest players, but like, you watch a Premier League match, and you are watching 22 people that, unless they are mongs, they are set for life, right? Whereas you watch the A-League and you're seeing people that could be working in an IGA in a few years. So he hasn't played football since 2020. He really, yeah. So he played a bit for Victory, played a bit for Central Coast, and then, yeah, hardly for Newcastle or Sydney. And then he went to Partick Thistle, and Wikipedia lists one game. And, oh, yeah, and he's had injuries as well. So, yeah, how old is he? He's 32 now. So, yeah, I mean, it'd be hard for him to make, I guess, a top division comeback. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if he could play NPL still, or if he would go back to that level. But, yeah. So, I swear to God, Luis Suarez retired a bit ago. And then has he come back out of retirement to go to Inter Miami? I mean, hopefully Bruno puts in a good word. Because I'm pretty sure they did grow up together, him and Luis Suarez, Bruno Fornaroli. I needed to talk about that. Joe Lolly. So tribute childhood friend Bruno Fornaroli. I think it's decent enough. I mean, out of Lolly and Mac, and maybe even Gomez at this point, Lolly would be the number one to keep. He makes a lot of impact on his own, and I feel like, yeah, mate, if we can get the team around him, like, I don't know. That's my concern, is that, like, obviously you can pass the ball well and he's a good team player. Actually, no, it's not even a concern. Joe Lolly's a fantastic player. It's a good thing that we've re-signed him for 2 years. I just hope that, yeah, there's actual consideration to where he'll be at in 2 years. Because how old is he? Like, he's got to be approaching 35. And, I mean, that is... 35, I feel like, is the traditional age where people start saying, oh, no, idiot, 31. I have him then. Have him. 2 years. Easy. The only discussion should be about his next contract. But I don't know. Like, I mean, that's the thing, is because he's clearly talented, right? Like, I mean, he was massive in the cup final. He's had some massive games, but I just still feel like he can do more. Do you know? Like, I don't feel like Joe Lolly is like. I feel like if he did leave Sydney now or at the end of this season, it would be underwhelming. Like, I think there's a lot more to come from Joe Lolly. And I hope we see it. But this is actually where I'll end the stream. Wait, one more comment. Final comments. Get them in. I'll cut it off in about 30 seconds. 40 seconds, I don't know. And, yeah, I'll read the final comments, give you some quick answers. But then, yeah, I got to get out of here. We've gone for a long time. This will be up as a video for the few people that'll take benefit in that. Leave a like on it so it promotes it to more. It doesn't promote it to fucking anyone. But yeah, leave a like anyway because it makes me feel good. And yeah, hopefully I'll stream tomorrow for the Socceroos game. But if not, I don't know if I'll stream on the weekend. And yeah, I hope to be back with some videos next week. So yeah, we'll see you then. But I'll read the last comment from Dark Reed, newest channel member. I think we have our attacking half sorted, but our defense needs some better, someone better. We leak a lot of goals. I tend to agree with you. I think we could still improve a bit going forward. I mean, yeah, we just got to see how it works out, like with Mac, Lolly, Caceres, over the course of the season and how they end up linking up, because I think they'll be our front four. And I think our midfield's solid, although I wouldn't mind another experienced midfielder alongside Bratton. And yeah, our defense needs work because, I mean, we've got Lacerda, who's a bit iffy, Rodwell, who's injured all the time, and otherwise we've got kids at centre back. And then, yeah, our left back, like we were playing Ryan Grant at left back on the weekend, and DeJesus at right back. We don't have much depth. We don't have much quality. Come on, Jets, Newcastle. Fuck the Jets. Fuck Newcastle. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Melbourne, Brisbane, Newcastle. We are the Sydney and we are the best. We are the Sydney, so fuck all the rest. Fuck them all. That's where I'm gonna end the stream. Bang a song. Hopefully it gets belted out on Friday. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's been very fun talking to you. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.